Hello, it's Medium Emary. Thank you so much for purchasing with me today. So we are going to give you a tea leaf reading. I'm also going to pull out a tarot card from the deck to answer your question. Depending on how I feel, I'll probably pull out two. So let's clear out the energy. As I don't feel like staging right now. So what we're gonna use is here, we're gonna use some chamomile tea leaves. And we'll do the little ritual from there. And your name and info will be confidential. I will only go over the questions. Alright, so I'm going to drink your tea and I'll be right back, hun. Hello, hun, I'm back. So I drank your tea, chamomile tea, and now we're going to do the little ritual. Alright, so we're going to spin it 3 times to the left. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to dump it onto the plate. And then afterwards, we're going to do 3 full turns. Usually with chamomile, it doesn't show so many symbolic images, but it's more of just the energy itself from the cup. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to tap on it 3 times. And then we'll begin your tea leaf reading. So this is what it looks like. Okay? There's not that much in it, but it's the energy itself and what I'm picking up from it. Okay, definitely as I'm tuning in right now, every time it's interesting because I feel like when I've given you readings, this always happens. I just feel like there's something where you gotta, Spirit's telling me sometimes you have to sit back from the situation and analyze it again, Because sometimes our emotions, sometimes when we're really out of place, or sometimes when we're in that heat of the moment where it's like we're freaking out, or we're worried, or we're stressed out, or we're not sure, it's like we gotta sometimes, sit back, analyze it, and rethink it over. I feel like this is a tip. I think I've given this to you before, but it's coming through again. I feel like this is a tip that's going to be helpful towards you, especially in situations like this, or in life situations itself, where if something's going on where it's like really out of hand, or it's something that you don't want to deal with, that's very stressful on you at that moment, just sit back, rethink, and reanalyze the situation, okay? I'm going to read your questions here, okay? Okay. Was my phone stolen from him while I was at the bar? 2 seconds and my phone wasn't there anymore. 3 months after this happened, I went back to Savannah to see him and he had a new phone the same as mine. Very, very strange. I have a strong feeling that it's my phone. Can you tell me if he took it or his friend stole it from me? If you can also answer this question. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to close my eyes with this question. Okay, did he steal it? No, I don't feel like I feel like he was involved. Definitely he was involved. I don't feel like he stole it directly. I honestly think his friend did it and then he went along with it. So I don't feel like he was intentionally planning on doing it, like that was his purpose, that he wanted to steal your phone. I really do think his friend was involved, but he was involved like afterwards. So I think they came to him with the phone, or they like showed it to him, and then he decided to keep it, or he decided to hold it to see if he could give it to you or something like that. And then for me, it feels like he either kept the phone, or the other phone broke, or he just got a phone just like yours. And he wasn't sure if he wanted to give it back to you because he was scared that you would accuse him probably, or he was just going to keep it and like get a new one. I feel like the phone broke, if anything. There's something about the phone breaking or the phone like getting messed up when it got stolen. So I feel like he was going to give it to you. I feel like he was going to hand it back to you, but I feel like he was scared that you would probably accuse him, or you know, I feel like he was a coward about it, to be honest. So he kept it, waiting around to see if he'll give it to you. Because there's something strange. I do feel like he either got the same phone as yours, or he like fixed it and then kept it for himself. Something strange like that. But definitely I feel like he was involved. I don't feel like he stole it right there and then. I don't feel like it was like that. I feel like one of his friends stole it. Friends came to him about it. Then he decided he was going to give it back to you, but then he changed his mind. I feel like it was something like that. I feel like it was a whirlwind thing like that. So it was more of like, you know, it's interesting because I think you told me your friend went through something like this recently with like money or something like that. So it's just interesting. So I'm going to pull out a card for that. I feel like he was involved, though. I don't feel like that was his intention from the beginning. So yeah, definitely I do feel like he was involved. I get this card, which means loss. It just means a loss, a sense of loss, like when something's negative, when there was a negative situation that occurred, a negative action that occurred. So definitely a loss in the sense of him you know, taking it or deciding to keep it and not telling you. It's more of like he kept things from you, not telling you about it. I don't think it was his intention to steal it from you. Okay, I really don't. I feel like it just happened. He was going to tell you about it, then he changed his mind, then he thought it wasn't a big deal because it's been a long time or whatever, or, you know, so, I would say to be careful. I just don't like people who are not so completely honest with things. And I don't feel like he's always honest. Doesn't mean he's a liar. It's more of that he thinks just because he hasn't told you about it, he's not a liar. I don't know if there's a lot of people that think that, or they feel like if they're not like if they're just keeping it from you, they're not being a liar. They're just not telling you about it. You know, a liar is somebody who tells you something and they are wrong, you know, even if they're saying this, saying that this is their truth. So even if you ask him, did you steal the phone? He's going to say no, because he really didn't. His friends did. He was involved. He eventually decided to keep it, but he didn't steal it. And he was probably going to give it back to you, and then he didn't. So there was something weird like that I'm feeling. And that phone is probably yours. If it's not, it's probably a phone that he bought, the same phone. Or I have a feeling like he fixed it or something. Like he fixed the phone, or it's the same phone. It's really something like that. Because I don't know if it's easy to access that phone where he lives, or it's easy to find it online, if anything. So, sadly, that's what I feel. I'm sorry about that. But that's why it's hard, you know, to trust people all the time, especially when there's like a long distance relationship involved. So I'm going to answer your last question, and it's the question about your work situation with the project. Okay. How is my big project with the... Your cards are just flying out, so it's very interesting. How is my big project with... I feel like it's going... I feel like it's still going to happen. The only thing that there's going to be a delay. There's some delay now. I don't know why, but there's a delay happening. I don't know if like we're waiting on something, or there's just a delay. I don't know if something's going on over there. I feel like it's going to happen, but now there's a delay. That's what I'm feeling. That's what this card represents. This card represents like taking a hold of your life, taking a hold of the situation, you know, being in control of the situation, but right now there's no control. It seems like I said, there's a delay, or like something's happening where it's just going to be stalled a little bit, but I still feel like it's going to happen. So it's more of just a waiting game now, or just, you know, being patient. So I would just say, just be patient with this and don't put so much stress and energy on this. Just let it flow. Like, just go with the flow with this. I feel like it will happen. Just patience and time, and there will be a little bit of a delay. There will be a delay with this. Okay. Um, I'm going to pull out a card from Keepers of the Light for you. This is kind of just a little message that you should know in this present time with your life. I hope all is well, hun. I know you said you're on vacation right now, so I'm going to pull out a card from here for you. Just with the whole situation with your, with him, with the phone, I just feel like you got to be more cautious with things, be careful with things. It's not just about him, but it's where you are there, because a lot of people, especially over there, you know, they are hungry for having a better life, hungry for, I'm not going to say stealing, but more of just, they don't really care sometimes of if somebody leaves their phone. They don't care. It's like they just want it. So you have to be careful where you are in those places, okay? Especially when you're under like, you know, intoxicated or anything like that. You got to be very careful, hon. Okay. This is your message for today. So in regards to him, I mean, I think you should just let the situation go. I wouldn't even want to talk to him about it, to be honest, because it's stupid already. Like, time's passed. And I feel like, you know, if somebody cares about you, they would be honest about it and they would just tell you up front. So just analyze. Now, you know how I said just sit back now and analyze the situation? Just observe now. Observe him. Continue to observe him if you want to continue with him, and observe the situation. I don't feel like it's necessary to bring that up. You know, it happened, you know, already passed, and probably is your phone, or he fixed it or whatever. But just, you know, just let it go for now. Because I feel like even if you ask him about it, I feel like he's going to respond very stupidly. He's going to respond very, very stubbornly. Beautiful. So this is your card. It says Mahavatar Babaha. I don't know what that means. I guess he's a multidimensional being. And it says your consciousness is expanding. You understand the connections between all things. So I'm going to just read this for you. Soul expansion. All right. So this is your message from him. You may feel that you've retreated from the world recently. Maybe you've not been as active socially or spiritually, but this time of inner rest has really paid off. You're becoming more and more consciously aware of how connected you are to God and all living beings. The sense of union is called yoga. Yoga goes beyond physical ability and into sense of awareness that's created through spiritual practice, meditation, devotion to divine. Mahavatar, the yogic father, is here to inspire that fire of union within you so that you can understand how your thoughts and actions are creating the waves of the energy that form of your life. So definitely this card is focusing on you create your reality with things. So whatever you think, you manifest, okay? You're now realizing, if anything, that you are connected to all things and your thoughts are very, very powerful. So pay attention to your thoughts and pay attention to how you feel towards those thoughts, because you can manifest anything, okay? Which I think is interesting, is this whole situation with this guy, and your friend recently went through something like this. So I think it's just interesting. So just ask your guides and your angels to remove anything spiritually that's not of good use for you, not of higher power for you. And just say, you know, I just want to be surrounded by good people, positive people, people who are honest with me, people who are loving towards me, people who are of good intention towards me. Okay, so I will leave you with that, hun. I hope you have a beautiful day. And, you know, no biggie. Karma exists. So, if this is the case for him, like I said, just let it go. I would not even bring it up. You know, just let him enjoy the phone, whatever the hell. And, you observe the situation and you continue to see how he reacts, how he is with you, how he is in general. I feel like, there's just moments I feel like he's not considerate with things, so either he just doesn't care or he just doesn't show so much towards the situation itself. Um, and he's a kind of person that when he feels like he's being attacked, he'll like walk away, or he doesn't like confrontation. So I'll leave you with that, hun. I send you lots of love, and thank you so much for allowing me to give you a reading. Okay. And so with the tea leaf reading, that's the energy I'm getting, like kind of to push away, and when something's not going the way it's supposed to go and it's having issues, kind of sit back, like I said, and reanalyze the situation. That's what I'm feeling from the cup itself, because I feel this wave, this energy wave that is like saying to push away things that are not in your highest power. Okay, so lots of love. Bye now.